Me, Kevin Winters.
Hi.
Where did I put my tripod?
The big tripod's there.
Yep. What up?
What up?
Wrenching, baby? Nobody's watching yet.
You post this for them to see later?
No, it's going live.
And that's it, live only, it's not.
Oh, it'll be posted as well. Got one person watching.
Who's watching? Can't tell. You can't tell.
You might say.
Alright.
What up? Wrenching?
Build it up. You'll play your RC Must Speak intros here.
No, you edit that later.
Tilt the camera up. Oh, Mike's highlighted here. What up?
What up? Wrenching?
Wrench night?
Drinking a couple beers with my buddy.
Hey.
Building the rock ray. Alright. Alan's building the shocks for me. Just having a good old time.
So one definitely cool car. Very impressive, very well built. Definitely been a cool build. I'm liking it. And not liking these shocks. Loving the rest of the car. They're well thought out, engineered well. Where you at on that? Cap it off.
We're there.
Cap screw.
Cap.
We've been dictating what we're doing here for everyone.
No, just building.
Just building?
Just
Alright.
hanging out, really. Not a show, necessarily. Could be.
No? So you want me to tell them about these?
It's up to you.
Alright. Look, I think it's fair. Everybody needs to know. This is a great car, and this would never be a reason not to buy it. But this car is deserving of way more than these shocks. These are plastic shock bodies, thinner than a Traxxas shock, some real cheesy, weak pot metal shaft on it. These are bump stops to keep you from locking the shock in, and the bump stock is got a higher kinetic energy to move than breaking the shock would be. They put a bleeder screw in the shock top just to make it seem like the shock was cool and fancy, but the reality is we don't really use two-piece shock caps anymore because 1980 not cool. It's just not a thing anymore. The shock oil, like there's moonshine that don't come out this clear, and it says it is shock oil. I'm guessing it's around 15 weight viscosity. At a Losi I would have expected, why not just one of their regular shock oil shocks and tell us what it is. The assembled shock, and Scott's not a bad shock builder. It's very comparable to a brand new 1978 VW Bug shock. It works that well. You know, it's great that they put the sandpaper feel into the shock so it will work just like it will 9 months from now, if it's still in one piece. The shock bodies are the same size even though the shock shafts are different, which is unique. And the springs are provided by Bic, which was really nice of them to contribute to our hobby. I just think that's awesome. So there's our Rockway shocks.
A
but
full
the
review.
car, fabulous. I think this is a really cool build, and it's going to be fun to drive. And, oh, I gotta floss. All right,
Got another one for me?
I do. Let's we'll move on to the rear shocks now. Leader cap. Nice. Who we got on there?
Steven says, what's up?
Steve, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a bit. Well, everything's good. Married life ain't taking you out of the race game too much, I hope.
Steve got married.
Uh-huh.
It's the last we see of him.
Last time we seen him. Good people. Steve's got some mini rock crawlers. I think
I've seen a picture.
One I hooked him up with.
I think he has a Pro line, right? And he just got the TRX, he told me.
Did he? Oh, wedding gift, right? That's cool. Gonna have some crawling going on in town. next one. How's that bleeding out?
Come along. Probably should be waiting longer to let the air come out of these shocks, but it's all good. Pretty thin oil.
I'm gonna run to the kitchen a minute. You want anything?
I'm good.
Anybody else following? Just eat. Anybody else use one of the baseballs?
Ha. Techno for life, huh? Die hard.
I can't believe I drank straight the whole other night. Especially when we like swimming in a while, it really does.
Get little bump stop down there.
Oh, that just saved you. Oh, yeah. Ooh, ooh.
Ninja style.
Save. Really do. Shock. Spring. Shock bottom. At least they make it nice and easy.
Says there's 3 people watching.
But who are the other 2 mystery guests?
I have no idea who else is watching. One more cool person.
One more to fill. So I am taking a break from my Losi, my EB48 Truggy rebuild off to the side over there.
Why don't you show it to us?
All right.
Alan races Techno buggy and Truggy electric 8th scale. This is his old warhorse.
Car took a good run in last year. I'm getting rebuilt for Motorama. Big race coming up in February. A lot of us go to, just replacing some front end parts. Did as much as I could for tonight while I'm waiting on some parts to come in. But truck served well last year. And it's a new EB48.4, new to me. Year old now. I'll be running this year. My toy just needs to be programmed and all ready. Maybe some of you coming out to Motorama.
Maybe. You never know.
We will be doing some live streaming for Motorama. I know Scott's going to be
Sure
running a
will.
lot of live stream.
Sure we will.
I'm going to be running a lot of live stream from my work too at Hobby Masters. And from my sponsors, Venom. They love seeing that live stream.
Time to mount them up.
Actually, got to reach out to them. They often give us like T-shirts that we throw to the crowd and stuff.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, well, he's been a showstopper. Last year was the first year they didn't have any to give us. We will see if they got more. Crowd goes nuts for it. They have no idea what you're throwing to them. And oh my god, I think it was 2 years ago. They only had extra large shirts to send us, or maybe even 2XL. They sent us like a dozen of them, and we felt so bad because we were like, you want to throw them to the hot chicks. And you got this triple XL shirt that, yeah, they could wear it as a night shirt, but you're like, there's the big guy, get it to the big guy. Doesn't matter, it never gets to where you want it to go. Scott's gonna make us a t-shirt shooter.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he wants to do that. Homemade. Alright, you gonna mount these? I think I have all the mounting bolts here and balls. Do we have all the same balls? All our balls are the same. which is convenient. Hi.
Hi. Just an FYI.
Yes.
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
Yeah.
you want to throw them to all the hot chicks?
Yeah.
Yeah, stop.
You want a t-shirt?
We're throwing them.
Oops.
I heard every word you said. This a rear shock?
That is, yes, the orange bump stop indicates rear shock.
Oh my god.
I know, right?
Oh, that's just that's actually the spring rubbing on the threaded body.
Yeah, well.
That-
They come pre-bent, I think.
Pre-bend. It's an old pro trick.
Yes.
Pre-bend your shocks.
So the rear shock mounting is done with 2 of the same screws. Looks like all the shock screws are the same length. It does make it nice. Well, no, they're not all the same length here. Losi is very well known for not providing the best of instructions, and
They do kind of suck, especially compared to the techno ones. Oh my
yeah.
god.
And this is a company that's been around since the 80s, and I kind of feel should know better on the instruction making. I mean, they're good parts, diagrammy looking instructions, but it's not uncommon to hear of mistakes in their instruction manuals. I don't think they do a good job checking them, having test builds done with them, and they lack English. English would be nice. Anything other than arrows with part numbers, because that's all you get. And the word oil.
Oil.
We found the word oil in here. That's
Yeah. It doesn't even say thread lock. You know, it's like a picture of it. And you assume that's what it is.
So, 4 shock screws that are the same. The bottom shocks get nuts.
The top should get it too.
The
Should
top,
be a nut in the frame there.
well, there might be a picture of a nut there. There's certainly no arrow pointing to it and indicating it.
You have 2 more
But
there, right?
we have enough nuts in
Yeah.
the kit.
Oh yeah. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, you don't need, or you do?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, because the rear shocks do not need nuts. I mean, the front shocks on the bottom. So yes, you may have 2 more nuts. We're losing viewers.
Doesn't matter. They'll gain them later on.
Are we charging too much? Is that the case?
No, nobody knows about my channel.
Oh.
Small potatoes in the YouTube world. Not even on the small potatoes chart, actually.
Wow. How do you get on the potato chart? You gotta be big
original.
potato to become a small potato?
Be original.
Be original. I'm original.
You're a good addition. I think
Yeah.
we might have to do this more often.
I would be happy to be a special guest in any of your
I'm late.
videos.
I just I'm lame. I just like to work on my cars. Probably why
Right.
nobody watches my channel.
I could sit and watch somebody do that. No, you have to provide knowledge and provide it.
Well, I don't like to give
entertaining
opinion.
way.
I'm an opinion guy. I like to just show
Well-
the experience, you know?
Okay.
I just have people come along for the ride.
Look, for those that don't know me, I've been building cars since 1984. I've built about everything there is out there, from all the modern version race cars back to RC10s, to all the Tamiya cars, the 18-wheelers, the tanks. Currently I'm doing an RC four-wheel drive wheel loader. I've custom built stuff. So if it's on wheels in RC, I've messed with it. So when I give an opinion like these, it's got some background to it. I do this for a living. Yeah, the shocks suck. I'm just going to leave it at
The
that.
hobby guru of the Northeast, Alan Placer.
Present.
Absolutely. Just a matter of getting them in this, lining up the eyelets.
Again, another thing that is archaic. The plastic in that could easily have had grooves in the mold to slide the eyelets up into, and he shouldn't have to be fighting with this. I would expect this of a Red Cat Racing build. But Losi just should know better at this point. And I'm going to keep saying that, but then keep saying this car is going to perform fabulous because I've seen videos of what it can do, and just by looking at the end result is this car's going to be fun as hell. It's got some kick-ass motor in it that's way more than it should, well, a little more than it should probably have, and for us that's awesome because we're just going to go out and
blow it
nitro
away.
blast it, and
Basically, we're gonna try to break it. I mean,
yeah.
that's my goal, and then upgrade it.
All right, we got some.
Upgrading's half the fun. I'm telling you. Come on, man.
Wow.
Oh, you gotta put the screw through. Yeah,
You want to let
jumped
you
again.
You got the right technique.
Break my wrench. It's a terrible idea. Use a bigger one.
What else you got left to do on this thing? You got a roof to put on?
Gotta paint the body.
Paint the body. What paint scheme are we thinking?
I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
Either badass,
You don't-
black on black.
Okay. Black with some Monster Energy green, I can see.
Eh,
Yeah.
done to death.
Done to death.
I can't
agree with
do
that.
what everyone else does ever. It's
Okay.
gotta be
Yeah.
different.
Put your race body paint scheme on it.
Very,
Gotta get a
very.
team
Now that I
vehicle.
have a liquid mask, I finally learned how to use that.
Brush on, let dry. It's really rough.
Hey, I did it with painter's tape. Cut all my own pieces out.
Okay, that's cool. It does
It
work.
worked out. I thought they came out pretty decent for a backyard spray job.
These drivers made of Lexan too. Oh yeah, you got it there. Yeah. Be a bit of work to paint, but it'd be cool. Make their helmets not just paint scheme of the
Yeah.
car.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Well, they won't do that. Make them look like the helmets from Top Gun. Shock number one is almost bolted on with one screw.
Oh, it
This
often
is,
takes me a long time to
15
do
minutes.
do
There's
many odd
nothing
things.
wrong with the way you're trying to do it. It's unfortunately the way it's set up here. Meanwhile, we got some Star Trek going on the other side there. Oh, better light. Gonna get to see this thing with shocks on it in a few minutes-ish. Be able to get the tires bolted on and drop it off the roof of the house, see how it does.
See how it does on the super ramp. Take it to the wall and just launch it.
No ramp. Just gonna drive it off the roof.
Just right off the roof. Okay. Which position do they want it at? Oh yeah, which position was I supposed to put it at? So I guess there's a rear
I
and
would
forward position.
think, yes, one of those positions. Literally, yes.
Okay. I guess I figured it out.
There's no recommended
Yeah.
setting.
There's no setting recommended at all
So
for this
the-
kit.
What are you gonna do? Front and rear, or you doing rear?
I'm
and
doing rear because that's the one I picked without knowing it. I don't feel like trying to do that again.
Well, you can still vary it up at the bottom though too, and you can adjust the ride height of the car by where you put it.
True.
And also, of course, how much leverage is against the shock, because that's a long swing arm, and what is it, about an inch between the shock mounting positions? So that is
So
huge
what effect do you think that would have on the handling from going from the front to the rear?
So in the rear of the car, the suspension is going to have a lot more ability to move the car. Basically, the shocks are going to be less effective.
Stiffening it up
Softening it up.
by having them in the rear setting?
In the rear setting, towards the front of the car setting, you're going to have a softer spring movement over. No, I'm sorry. You'll have a softer ride at the back, but more travel, or less travel. The front, you'll have a stiffer ride.
Come on, man.
I'm trying to make sense of why you. Like, I almost think put them in the rear on the top and the front on the bottom.
I would think that
Kinda
putting
be
it
neat.
in the back would like, slow down the rear axle.
Yeah, it's gonna make it corner better.
So
It's
because
gonna-
it's it's further back, so there's less roll that's gonna happen because it's more of a bracing angle.
The roll's gonna be the same, I think.
This has an
Yeah, it could be a
sway
little
bar.
less.
See that?
Yep.
And then they make a kit, a sway bar for the front that of course it doesn't come with. The kit definitely should have come with the front sway bar. Like if you buy the kit, that's one of the parts I would expect to get. Not necessarily one random piece of aluminum here. It's like, come on, like these. It's good that those are aluminum, but I'd rather these were aluminum.
Yeah, I agree.
Like that on the Vitera, you can
It's an expensive piece of aluminum. I can see why they don't. give you
$40
that much.
for a set.
Yeah, yeah, it raises your kit price $40 if they wanted to do it that way. How's that feel there? Look like it's stuck a
It's
little.
not bad.
I mean, we only get one shock on.
Yeah, you gotta get the other one on there. Let's do it real quick.
I'm gonna say it's a little bouncy, but let's not judge till we get two on.
I'm a little worried about the battery connector. I don't think that's gonna work out. Unfortunately, that's gonna be an issue. All right.
Seems like it'll be alright. Just gotta be able to see if we can access it. Yeah, so I think for handling, you're going to want the shock in the outer position like you have it now, and for rough off-roading, you'd move it in more. Haven't messed with trailing arm suspensions a ton since, to me a frog, I think was the lesson.
I think you gotta loosen these screws so that it expands because the shock tower actually gets pinched together.
Yeah, if that makes it
Close.
easier, why not? I used to race a Blackfoot at Jackson's Oval track. It was a off-road oval. They didn't mean for it to be off-road. It was just such lumpy dirt that it would you'd be bouncing. And back then, that's all you did with cars. The suspensions were kind of a joke.
Were they even oil filled?
They were oil filled, but it was the suspension on a Tamiya car back then was really a joke. It worked better than nothing, but we were really in our infancy. Sweet. There you go. That's
Yep. Almost did it upside down.
what you can do. It
Something
keeps
I would do.
leaking out the bottom. And actually, center of gravity wise, it's more effective that way.
There you.
Try like what you just did before.
I'm just gonna make sure the bleeder screw is at the top. See, the problem is I'm being stupid about it. I'm trying to use my left hand like an asshole.
Any minute.
It's the struggle of the build.
spread the prototype. There you go.
Trying to get the good shot and not make the good build.
Now you're getting a nice shot of your elbow.
I know, exactly.
Yeah,
That's.
they can't see it though because it's camouflage.
I don't care though, because it's not going to make me. Get in there.
There's entertainment value in this.
Struggling to build a rock ray. That's what I should have called this video.
Did you have this kind of struggles elsewhere in the build?
Well, I mean, everybody struggles a little bit.
Little, but this.
Come on, man.
This is unnecessary struggle. This is like. I don't know what it's like. Struggling to get out of Alabama. It's unnecessary. You can just leave.
Well, Alabama's a tough place. There we go. My hands are too big.
Drop your nuts.
Stuffing my turkey.
Yeah, it's a little excess.
I mean, on this build, I put things, on backwards. I'd be like, oh,
Yeah,
so
because the
it
instructions
happens.
didn't.
Yeah, well, the instructions are not good. Definitely. And that's just my nature. That's kind of just the fun of it, I guess, for me. The struggle. The struggle that, I wish I could do it perfectly. The techno went together easily.
Yeah.
Very easily.
Yeah,
I don't
they
think
don't
I
leave a
screwed
lot of
anything
room for
up.
error on their instructions.
They really don't.
And the bag labeling is done well.
This is similar to Associated's too, I think.
Yeah.
Like in the way that it's pictured there.
But what they do give you, the techno doesn't, is a parts diagram. Every time I need to find a part number for my techno car, I gotta go flipping through the manual to find the build page because they don't have a blow up on them. Techno blow ups. I'm gonna
The manual
alert,
is the blow up.
Spoiler alert to the two people who are watching this program still 30 minutes into this. I don't know who you are or why you are. I'm gonna let you know something that nobody else knows. I got a little insider information. In the next week or two, Traxxas is announcing a new car. I don't think I even told Scott this yet.
Nope, I've not heard this.
So I had an Emacs on order for the Middletown Board of Ed. They use them for geese chasing. And I just got notice from Traxxas that they're discontinuing the Emacs. And what they haven't announced to the public yet is it's being discontinued because they have a new Emacs vehicle coming out. It's going to be that size. We don't know if it's going to be named the Emacs, but it's going to be...
Probably not.
I call it A scale. They always call them 10 scale. But we're going to get a monster truck somewhere in between the Stampede and the X-Max, which we've needed.
Sure.
And I'm really excited to see it because if they knock it out of the park, like they did with the TRX-4 and the X-Max, and they come up with another fabulous design again, it'd be incredible for a company to get that many cars right. So I'm crossing our fingers, and let's see what we see in a couple weeks. Exciting announcement.
Sweet.
To come. Yeah, could be a good
Four-wheel
batch.
drive, I'm sure.
I don't know. I'm dreaming of an X-Max on a modern, an Emax on a modern chassis, or an X-Max just scaled down, so that it's more affordable for the masses, can run on one battery pack.
What if they had like a dual suspension, dual motor, like cool basher car?
I don't know about dual motor, but I'll go with...
Too complicated?
I don't think there's need. With the brushless vehicle, you only need one motor, as the X-Max.
That's an old design, huh?
Yeah. Hey, people. Uh-oh. I have Monster Energy paint scheme.
Yeah, Steve.
Who's that? Steve! Oh, yeah, Steve does. I love his paint scheme. He's got it right on the door. Yeah.
That was
you
an old
called-
comment. Why did it just come through now?
I don't know. Yeah, I love that. When he's on the track, you know it's his car. Absolutely. Even with Joe Scory's running those colors and a different pattern. Yeah. I think we actually should have more realistic looking sponsor decaling on our vehicles. I love my paint scheme on my car, but they don't do that anywhere else in auto racing. They have sponsors and stuff. And
Yeah.
I made it a requirement for Team Hobby Masters long ago that we would have the race team name on the car, and Venom, our co-sponsor, on the car, because it's racing. You should have your sponsors on your cars. Every other type of motorsport and BMX racing, bike racing, there's no form of sports where your sponsor isn't listed where the cameras can see him and the fans can see him, which we lack both of in our hobby still. But that's besides the point.
Your local hobby store should be your sponsor too.
Yes, absolutely. They will sponsor you, and if they're smart and they're good business people, if you're racing, you should, even if you're just part of a large group of guys, you could ask a store for sponsorship to bring them other business. But you got to go back in kind and bring them business, and that's what makes the industry much greater than the now failed Tower Hobbies. Because they didn't do any of that. Tower Hobbies never sponsored anybody. And there's a lot of over sponsorship in the racing industry also, which has been being mentioned quite a lot in the industry lately. That really all you got to do is finish top 10 in a B main, and you can get a sponsorship nowadays. And that's not what it should be about. It should really be about how well you drive and how well of a personality you are at the track. They don't even ask you, have you ever been thrown off the driver's stand for cursing or smoking?
Yeah, but
they don't ask you that on your sponsorship applications.
Who would be honest?
Yeah.
They just want you to buy their stuff, and they're probably still making a good margin on it.
That's why they sponsor most people. AKA sponsors a lot of drivers. They do it so that you don't buy a Proline tire, and Proline then does it in kind. And everybody across the hobby industry does that. In the end, it kills your local hobby store, who is the one that actually can give you technical knowledge on how to use your vehicle.
The internet definitely took a big hurting on the hobby store.
The internet for pricing didn't so much.
But availability,
the convenience, definitely.
Right. Like a bicycle, you do kind of want to go ride because it's not something that's a toy like that, Yeah. But the RC is something you get in a package in the mail, and
Yeah.
It's either you find a way to embrace it and make it your friend, or you let it kill you. That's the way for retail, whether it doesn't matter what industry it is. So.
Yeah. Speaking of killing you, though, Scott is now tightening the last mechanical bolt of this build as we speak.
There's a few more.
The wheels on.
There's a few more.
The rest are for looks. We got a roof to put on to look pretty. We can actually bolt the tires on this thing and drive it now if we wanted.
It's gonna look like this very soon.
Very soon, with numbers pointing at it with lines.
Oil and grease.
Did it say grease? That's a lot of letters for them. They probably abbreviated. What do we got there? What about bigger slash? Well, they've attempted bigger slashes in the past. They've had A-scale short course trucks. It just hasn't taken off as a hobby. It's a little pricey to do, I think, for a lot of people. Maybe it is a bigger slash they're going to try to do. But I think it's been attempted by Losi, Associated, even Red Cat. And they had the Slayer was their bigger slash.
The Slayer
nitro.
is the nitro slash.
Yeah, but it's bigger too, right? Wasn't that the one that was bigger?
It could be.
Yeah. And it just never took off. I think in the end, a lot of people want more suspension travel for their basher. And so the monster truck look kind of always wins out, something like this. Open wheel is just definitely better performing in the RC industry.
Well, there are a lot of bigger, like short course trucks.
There are. Arma had also, I think. But they just don't ever hit mainstream in the industry quite as much. There it is. All right. What we got there?
He wants to know when we get a new bash video.
Oh, well, here it is. This is going to be the next bash video. As we're speaking, I think it's probably starting to flurry outside, so I don't know when we're going to get to bash it. Ooh. When I mean Scott.
Oh, we'll be bashing.
But yeah, I think within the week, this thing's gonna be getting powered up and run. You might get a bad paint video, how not to paint video being made.
Oh, no way, man. No way. I'll show you all the secrets to the perfect paint job.
Yes, by
Making
doing
it
the
perfect.
opposite.
You're right. That's so nice of you. You don't know, man. I painted that on a balcony of a condo.
Yeah.
All my cars. Well, not all of them. Yeah, that's a sad plastic shock.
Yeah. So our local indoor track is shut down right now because they found CO2 in the soil because they have
Put the
a fire
wheels on.
department that doesn't know anything. And the outdoor, the weather's too miserable. So a bash, hopefully in a week or so, we'll get some weather. We're going to see this thing with these massive tires. Did you do like a 30-minute segment on these tires already?
I know, but I should have.
So a short course tire comes up to here in 10 scale, and this thing's got an extra inch on it. I think if this truck were truly 10 scale and we put it next to my A scale EB48 and determined it was a ½ inch wider and an inch longer than my A scale car, so whatever, let's call this 10 scale, this would be about a 49-inch diameter tire in the real world. So we're basically riding on the tires that would be on, let's say, a mine-clearing vehicle in Afghanistan or something, a troop carrier. But you know what? They're cool as hell looking, and I can't wait to see this.
Think about the amount of traction you get with those tires.
Yeah, I mean,
Unbelievable. You could see why you need to upgrade the drivetrain.
width-wise, we're at like mountain bike level here.
I think that's boost spacing. Mountain bikers would understand that joke.
Hey,
Sorry, Alan's not a mountain biker.
not at all. No, I fall down, go boom. But this thing's gonna be sick. I haven't gotten to see this light bar lit up yet, and
Me either.
there's a ton of LEDs on there.
It's gonna be bright.
All right, got wheels going on.
14
14,
mil.
but 5mm nut.
No.
Is that 4? Look like a 5.
Is it 5?
No, that's a 5. Yeah, this is a 5mm shaft. Go guys! We've all seen the slashes, brake axle stubs,
Is it 5?
and some other ones. Yeah, it's a 5mm. You're using the. Yeah,
I don't even have a wrench that'll fit that.
that's what I mean. You need the A-scale wheel wrench for that.
That's right.
That's a great thing. The Techno short course, when that first came out, was on 4mm, and we were snapping axles left and right on it. When they went to the .3, they switched over. So yeah, we're getting an A-scale wrench out here.
Somebody said to not tell anyone that you have a 5mm shaft.
Yeah, but it works like a 20mm cannon, so it's all right.
It's 20 feet long. That's the thing.
Not the length or size, it's how many times it'll fall in rise.
Smells like fresh glue.
You know, besides looking cooler with the large cars just handle better.
Yep.
The bigger it is, the wider it is, the more ground clearance it has. It's just more fun to drive.
Thanks, BK.
And I don't see where this is going to be any exception to that. Last couple bolts going in. You got a battery with you?
I do.
You do? I don't think we have enough light
Oh no,
to,
we'll be getting
to
a run
stream
video soon.
and do it tonight.
No,
No.
or the time. The run video is going to be like a produced.
Yeah, the first run? Where are you going to take it first run?
I'm not going to live stream the first run of this.
Really?
Nope. First run is going to be like a film.
Oh.
Like they do in what's it called?
NASCAR?
No, that's Joe. The Grand Tour. You know?
Oh, the Grand Tour. Oh, okay. Yeah.
They make films about them driving it.
Right.
And they show footage of the car and
Oh,
their
yeah.
reactions. That's what I do with my RC cars.
I could have done that for a living. I could still do the Grand Tour. I could be one of those people.
Me too. You could be one of those people.
I drive everything I can get my hands on.
And you're a good orator. Like you
Call it like I see it. That's it. So all you got to do is call it like you see it, and then the more experience you have, the more things you can compare it to.
Yep.
And I'm in a fortunate place where every day I get to play with a different vehicle. Today I had a Kyosho Inferno GT. I was dropping a 2.5 horsepower motor into for a guy. And tomorrow, hopefully, get some hydraulic fluid for the wheel loader that we're building.
Look at this thing, man.
Neat stuff. This is
Oh,
sick.
I like it
We'll do
without
for
the
a
body.
few What's that all about?
Just your table, man.
It's not the table
Oh, it's the shock bottoming out.
with an inch of travel left.
Well, I gotta use the collars, dude.
No, it's not that.
The front?
Yeah.
They were shorter, weren't they?
Yeah, but why don't they drop an inch more?
Oh, because
before
for ground
it
clearance.
bottoms out?
Well, it's
But the shocks are bottoming out an inch before the chassis is on the ground.
It's not a race car. It's not supposed to be that low. It's a trail truck. If it was that low, every freaking branch you hit would flip you over. It has to have ground clearance.
I gotta
That's
drive it.
nice.
It's such a different layout of vehicle. these
It's
rock
basically an
racers.
8 scale buggy for the trail. Maybe de-engineered because it's simple, but it's the scaleness of it that makes it pretty awesome.
It's gonna run great. I don't think it's gonna wheelie much at all. I bet you could rotate some backflips in the air off the jump with this. These big tires and the short wheelbase. And I think it's gonna corner awesome. What do you got? Have you cambered that?
No, haven't touched any of it. It's all the rods are factory spec.
I want to give it like 5 degrees of camber. I know that's wrong, but in my go fast mind,
Well,
then you can't camber the rear at all. You're at zero, negative, nothing.
of course. Well, I
all the
mean,
time.
from a performance standpoint, the solid rear is not good, but the
No.
simplicity of it and the strength
durability,
of it is
yeah,
supposed to
for
be
your-
what's good about it.
I own a Jeep, so yeah, we go Jeep. Hey, we got people. What did the people want? Make it come back, people. What did they say?
Oh, PK says congrats.
There it
Look
is.
forward to seeing you run it. Always amazing produced videos.
There
See?
you go. Yeah,
PK
you're
is
the
one
man.
of my original subscribers.
Is he?
This guy is in Hawaii.
Is it Nelson PK?
He's
It's in Hawaii. That's right.
He's in Hawaii.
All right.
So-
Talk about a place to run one of these. This car has Hawaii written all over.
Oh, yeah.
Terrain. That's the terrain for it.
We should be getting paid by Losi for sponsoring their product here. Although we've been shitting on it the whole night.
You know what? Again, I'm gonna say it one more time. I shit on some of the components. Those are components that there's aftermarkets for. As a whole, this is a cool ass car. As a kit build, it's a great kit build to experience and do. With some common sense, if it's the first kit you've ever built, probably not going to be the best thing for you. But if you've built kits before, this was a fun build for him to do, and
It was.
and rewarding because this is going to be now fun to drive, and I think quite durable.
Yeah. I left the body at home. All I have is the roof. So I'm going to be making some custom parts for this truck. And one of the first ones is going to be, I'll give it away. So people who are watching the live show will get the preview. So I'm going to make some aluminum fins to go up higher to brace the
Sure.
impact and not wreck my body.
Yeah.
I have a big blank piece of aluminum. That's why I bought those Dremel bits from you on Wednesday, so I can cut them out and then just maybe get a little longer screw and but that'll help protect that.
And
There's also 2 cowls that go here that I didn't bring, and then the whole body is like a big shape like that that just fits right over.
Spare tire on the back.
You can get the mount, but I have no plan to do that.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to weight the back.
Yeah, exactly. Like the real racers wouldn't carry one if they didn't actually need to change a tire.
Exactly. I mean, that's just for scale.
Yeah.
And I'm not into the scale. I mean,
No,
some of
let's
it's
face
cool.
it, if you get a flat tire with this thing, you really did something wrong.
I do have a battery.
Oh yeah. Oh, you have power. You have a transmitter.
I don't know. I'm not happy with my connector. Unfortunately, I think it.
Just the accessibility to it, though. I mean, it's soldered fine and all. It's just gonna be a bitch to plug in. Well, you know what? Don't talk about it. Just do it. Let's see.
Well, I know I can power it on.
But can you get the battery in the?
I think I can. Yeah.
Then this needs to.
Oh, maybe we'll just power it up.
He's a little resistant to driving this car he's been building for a week.
Hey, when I drive it, it's going to be a work of art. The fans have to wait. Now PK wants us to give it the juice.
Yeah, I think we gotta power it up.
I'm a little scared here. So what's happening is the connector, the pins are getting pushed through the actual plastic piece.
Okay.
So, because they might have been bent a little bit. Just because I was installing the thing that mounts it, and it kind of spread the prongs apart, right? So, and the battery that I have is a cheap piece of crap from China, so it's tight, and then just trying to connect them actually started to push the pin out, and then there you have two live leads right there that you could easily put your thumb on to connect them, and it freaks me out. So I pinched them back together with my needle nose.
Yeah, that should work.
But it wants to
spreading?
push out.
So you're saying you're not going to plug this in, or you want me to do it?
I'm just
stupidly.
I gotta
brave?
hit the bathroom real quick. So.
All right, I won't plug it in while you're away. I wouldn't do that to you and plug in your car on its first run while you're not here.
So is it intermission?
This is intermission. We'll listen to the music here. Do not try this at home, except at my home. Anybody watching, you don't actually know my address in case you need to call the fire department. He's got some real connector issues going on here. In and not be able to unplug it later. Let's just check he's got red to red and black to black, so that's good. Ooh. So what I did not do there, I absolutely did not just plug that in. I'm definitely not turning his transmitter on. That would not be the right thing to do when he's not here. And I definitely did not just turn this car on. That didn't happen. I've just been sitting here having my drink the whole time while Scott's in the bathroom. And it's not on right now, I promise you. I couldn't get the battery plug connector in.
Son of a bitch. Woo! Look at that.
That's sweet as hell. That is absolutely sweet as hell.
Hell yeah. First power. What do you know? It steers.
It's quiet too.
Well, servo I got is it's a high tech. It's like a $50 servo.
Okay. Metal Gear.
Got a really good deal on it. Yeah.
Alright, so that'll be fine.
It's waterproof, so that was one of the things I wanted for this truck. I don't know if the ESC is. It might be.
It's pretty high up though.
Yeah.
And,
It is located up here at the top. See my little custom loom I did there?
It's pretty.
Using zip ties.
Nice. Yeah, that's well done. That looks professional.
Well, the fact that it's over the top, it has to look pretty, right? But it's obviously unfinished because I have to run the wire for the light bar hide that as much as I can. And then I'd like to tuck in the rest of these wires so that I can see them as little as possible. The little BEC back here would look kind of cool. It looks kind of like a...
PEC.
Well, the little capacitor on the ESC.
Okay. So I wonder if you were to hit a throttle, what would this thing sound like?
I don't know. It creeps.
Ooh, that's definitely cute. Oh.
Not bad.
That was not bad at all.
See those tires wobbling. I think on 2S that'll be plenty of speed for the trail, right?
And those front drive shafts are that smooth at like 45-degree angle.
Yeah, I don't
Which is
mind
really
the drive
nice.
shafts being plastic because when they break, it's not. Well, actually, the drive shafts for this are about $50 a set for the front.
Fantastic.
It's steel bolted to plastic,
Center?
like the Slash.
That's good low center of gravity. That's fine. The rotating mat.
You can hear the metal transmission.
I hear something making a little noise. on the
It's
front.
metal gears, so that's all in the transmission.
It's gotta break in there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No reverse.
The ESC programmable for it.
ESC might be programmable, but that's something we're going to have to fix. You have to have reverse.
Which ESC is that?
This is the same ESC that came with the motor on the associated rally car. Not bad.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Oh, I want to drive it, but I'm not going to. You'll have to wait.
Not even gonna put it on the ground.
That concludes this session of RC Must See. We're cutting it off.
That's it.
I
We're
hope
done.
you've enjoyed the show. Please tune in next time when I actually run it. Alan's upset. I'll see you guys later.
You believe we've been watching this show
Cheers.
this whole time? Bye.